A huge Hells Angels event is taking over a stretch of Whitby this weekend. Steve Ryan joins us now live with more. And Steve, you made a distinction yesterday between kind of different elements within the motorcycle club, the MC. There's, just sort of the regular patched members, and then there's that sort of outlaw element. Explain.
Yeah, George, that's right. The bike gang itself, all of them, but we're specifically talking about the Angels, they've got a variety of different roles that every member is expected to participate in. Take, for example, this gathering today in Brooklin, which is on the north side of Whitby. This is a mandatory event. Every Hells Angel member in the entire country, sea to shining sea, must be here today. And I've seen them as far away as British Columbia riding in on their motorcycles. You imagine how much of a ride that would be. And if they do not show up for, let's say, health reasons, if you're not here for a good reason, it could be hazardous to your own health internally, because these guys have some very strict rules, code of conduct that they adhere to, and that's what makes them as effective as they are, if you will, when it comes to organized crime, committing offenses, all done behind closed doors, with the police constantly on their tail, on their trail, trying to gather intel to find out what exactly they're up to. If I get out of the way here, you're looking north on Baldwin Street. The intersection is Baldwin and Columbus, and you can see that tent, George, that's set up north of us. That is set up by the police. There are biker enforcement officers from all across the country, for that matter, here today, and each and every one of these expected 1,000 members, Hells Angel members, has to go through that tent one at a time. All of those people standing up there are police officers, with the exception of one. And I don't know if you can see the guy talking to the officer there in that red Hells Angels vest. He's the latest person to be investigated. So the police are going to be asking for driver's license, ownership, insurance. They can give the bike a visual once over to make sure that it is roadworthy. Now, once they get the biker's name, now they've got some intelligence. They can run the guy's name to see if they're wanted for warrants, and they can take photographs, because if you're out in the public, clearly you're free game to anybody to snap a picture of you. And this is what's being done right now. It's an effective operational plan. It's an effective strategy to gather intel, but this is going to take place all weekend, and we heard from the deputy chief from Durham on Monday advising the public that this is occurring, that there's going to be a heightened police presence, and there could be up to 1,000 motorcyclists, Hells Angels gang members, going through this small town. The police came under some criticism by some on social media saying, why are you making such a big deal about this? And I thought that the deputy's answer, his response to that question, was well put. And he said, look, this is a criminal organization after all, and the public was reminded of a targeted project that occurred last year, 2021, where the police seized over 30 firearms, $300,000 in cash, and over $1 million in drugs. So this is what's taking place right now. And lastly, very quickly, if you're wondering how the police are able to randomly just stop people and investigate them, well, the Supreme Court has made a decision from a case years and years ago that says that if you are affiliated with an organized crime group, identifying yourself as being in an organized crime group, and let's face it, these guys are wearing their patches. You don't wear a Hells Angels patch unless you're a part of that group, and they're going nowhere but to that clubhouse. The cops have every right to stop you, and this is what's going on right now. So you can imagine, with 1,000 bikes estimated to come through here throughout the day, it's going to take one heck of a time for all those gang members to get through that tent and get to their destination, which is a clubhouse just north of here. Back to you.
Steve, thanks for laying it all out. Appreciate it.